Morning, Knicks Nation. Today is Tuesday, the 13th day of January 2026. I hope this Tuesday finds you and your family safe and healthy. I pray that you and your family not only safe and healthy, but that the needs of you and your family in terms of food, shelter, clothing, as well as health are being met today. Blessings upon those that work in the area of health, working with first responders to help save lives every day, and those that pick up garbage, keep our places clean, and those that make deliveries for our convenience. Double blessings on the men and women trying to help rescue, deliver, and recover teenagers and children victims of child molestation and pedophilia. Those helping the people that are victims of prostitution and child prostitution, pornography, child pornography, human trafficking, sex slavery. Double curses on the perpetrators, profiteers, and those perverts that create the demands that cause these evil industries to exist. Finally, double blessings on the homeless. More than 700,000 men, women, children, families, senior citizens, military veterans, homeless in the United States, and millions of people around the world in similar or worse conditions. Blessings upon them, for theirs is the kingdom. So the Knicks beat the Blazers. Very solid win for the Knicks this past Sunday. They shortened the rotation. As I was telling y'all, you're going to start to see the rotation shorten. And then, so they still got Landry Shamet coming. And, you're gonna still see Shamet, Deuce, Mitch Rob, Clarkson mostly. I'm not sure what's gonna happen with Yabusele yet, but we'll find out. And then there's the starting five. So during the course of the game, at some point, Cat tweaked his knee, and he comes back and goes to the bench. He comes back to the floor. He ends up playing actually in the fourth quarter and helping the Knicks, secure that win. The Knicks started off with the starting five. Then during the course of the fourth quarter, they put Mitchell Robinson in there for Cat, and then that crew was rolling. It was that crew that with Mitch Rob get that big block where he fell, almost broke his neck, but he fell, and they went up to a 10-point lead in the fourth quarter. Then he closes, that is Brown closes it out. He takes out Mitchell Robinson and he puts Deuce in there. And your biggest guy at the close of the game is OG. And that was for ball handling, foul shooting purposes. Make sure you have what you need on the floor, and they close it out. Game over. So what do we hear? Cat gets benched. That's what we hear. And the thing is, brethren, national media, especially with respect to the Knicks, I've mentioned this many times, it's all clickbait. It's not about facts. It's not about anything positive. It's clickbait, or it's overhyped. Somebody came on my channel yesterday and named Josh Hart a savior. Now, I'm not saying Josh Hart isn't important, okay? Very important to the run for the Knicks, but a savior, come on. So I said that was a bit overblown, but or whatever. No, that's intelligent analysis. Okay, because he heard it on Strickland. Brethren, don't believe media. Just don't. I'm just telling y'all. It's just hype, especially when it comes to the Knicks. When you are a fan and you want your team to win a championship, okay, after so many decades of not winning a championship, you don't want anything to distract your team from that, right? I mean, that's the goal, right? You want to win. So you want the lineups that will win. You want the players to be playing optimally. You want the strategies that's going to win. You're trying to help your team win. Crap like that, Towns was benched, is bullcrap. And this is like the second time they did this with Towns. If you recall, at the end of last season, Towns, according to the media, was going to need knee surgery. Of course, Hart was going to need surgery. And then there was possibly Brunson. They was making the Knicks sound like they was all beat up and we don't know what we're going to do. And then, of course, there's the annual Deuce is going to lose his minutes to whoever and get traded for whoever. Noise that goes on. And you're always going to have a contingent of fantasy people that are on opioids or whatever they're doing or gambling that's going to go with this. I just don't want it on my channel. You could go X or whoever you want and talk that. We just don't want it here. Cat was not benched. In fact, if anybody was listening to what Mike Brown said after the game, he said he tweaked his knee And then because the team he had on the floor was rolling, which they was, he wasn't going to take them out. And this is the thing, you damned if you do and you damned if you don't. Like if it was Tibbs, he'd have taken them out and put his starters in. That's what he would have did. He would not have played the team at the close that Brown played. He would have put his starters in the close game. Tibbs always did that. And then he'd get criticized. You know, why didn't you leave the team that was hot in there? Well, Brown leaves the team that was hot in there, and now all of a sudden it's Cat getting benched. No, Cat didn't get benched. Okay? Karl Anthony Towns is extremely important. Without him, we're not winning no championship. Okay? So we need him healthy to make a run for the chip. Okay? He's the only player in the league at his position that's pretty much unguardable one-on-one at his position. Okay? And we got people complaining about him. Some idiots are calling for him to be traded. It's just crazily stupid out here. Keep your head. We're trying to win a championship. The Knicks are in a position that they haven't been in. I mean, legitimate run for the chip. I mean, the last time the Knicks were legitimate championship contenders, they had Jeff Van Gundy coaching them, and they went, to the finals against San Antonio. But that was really a Cinderella story, honestly. It was before that with Pat Riley, when Ewing was in his prime, and they had Xavier McDaniel, and they had a squad that was, vying against the Bulls for the chip. And then, of course, we know they went to the finals and lost to Houston. But that was the last time. So we're talking, 30 years, the last time they had a team that was legitimately a championship contender. And even with this team, I get people coming on my channel, they really can't win because they lost the game. All of a sudden, they can't win the championship with this team. Not losing games like that. That was winnable. I mean, you got a lot of idiots out here. The Knicks are a championship contender. They're one of the best teams in the league. Every game they're in is a winnable game because of how good they are. Okay? They're not going to win every game, but every game they're in. And you don't buy into Cat got benched. See, when somebody says Cat got benched, the connotation is he was playing badly and the coach wanted to replace him with somebody that might play better. That's not the case. He got hurt, he came out, and then the coach put Mitchell Robinson there and they started rolling. And Brown sticks with the squad that's rolling. And he did. He stuck with that team. And then at the end, he puts Deuce in there with OG, and he takes Mitch out and puts Deuce in. And then, of course, Deuce hits one of the nails in the coffin to close the game. So, anyway, we just can't. I mean, I think what it is in New York, there's people that are calling themselves fans and just can't take success. And so there's got to be something negative. Or we just need a couple more players to trade to go get, just for perfection. There's always something. But no, we don't need to make any trades. We're good. Yabusele might get traded because we've been talking about that. He's been actually performing below what they expected him to perform. And many of us, including myself, felt like Precious Achua should have got that money. But that was on Leon the Don. But if Leon makes a mistake, he seeks to correct it. And that's the only issue we got right now. And that's not even a major issue. It's not like the Knicks need to trade Yabusele to make this run for the chip. They don't. Okay, but if they do, they do. If they can get a Sadiq Bey or a Precious back, okay, we do that. But it's not like a necessity. Okay, we could stick pat with what we got and be just fine going forward. Okay, especially we got the major rotation pieces, except for Shamet, they're all healthy. All we need is to get Shamet back, and then we can get started on getting some real flow going between the close of the season part of the All-Star break and then post All-Star break. So that's all we need right now, and we just need to keep this team rolling. So the clickbait is nonstop. You can't win with the clickbait. You can't win. I guess what I'm trying to do is I'm trying to inoculate my viewers from bringing it to my channel, because no, Cat was not benched. He was not benched. Brown went with he was hurt, and Brown went with the squad that was rolling at the time, which was Mitchell Robinson, then with Deuce, and then the 4 other starters. And that's the way it was. And the Knicks won the game. Now, we got Sacramento tomorrow. I, for some reason, kept thinking we had Sacramento Sunday. It was Portland Sunday. We got Sacramento tomorrow, and playing against Precious in them. Let's see what happens. But yeah, we doing good, y'all. And right now, it looks like Shamit can come back any game now. So maybe tomorrow, maybe the Saturday game against Phoenix at MSG. But it looks like Shamit is close to his return. So that's really good news. That's the really thing we should be focusing on. Getting healthy and then getting in a flow so we can make a run. Y'all enjoy your Tuesday. Don't listen to clickbait. Always doubt what you're hearing from national media before you believe it. Always doubt it. Because they're always trying to tickle your ear with BS. Sure.